So I've got a few friends who over the years have always asked me how hard is it to make a pavlova. Well, I'm here today to tell you it's not that hard. There's only one secret, don't rush it. So follow me as we walk through it and I'm sure you'll get the hang of it, and I look forward to seeing photos of yours as well. Let's go into the kitchen. Well, a pavlova is pretty much just an oversized meringue, but it's a good one. So really, ingredient-wise, you're looking at something pretty simple. Egg whites, pinch of salt, sugar, and after that, you're looking at a little bit of corn flour, vanilla essence, and I also add just a touch of crème tartare. Other than that, it's the process of putting it together, which is the secret, and that's what I'm about to show you. Use a good free-range egg if possible. I loved it when I lived in Europe and they used to refer to free-range eggs as happy chickens. So, and we're only using the whites, and I use a good old-fashioned method of taking the yolk out. Beautiful, works every time, as long as you're gentle when you're cracking the egg. Great way to get a great egg white. In we go with the others, and we've already put a few in there. Always lock it down, and we add a little pinch of salt to that. One more because I can. And then really it's just a matter of taking your egg whites and your salt and literally now just whipping them into a frenzy until they're really nice and fluffy. Yeah, that's coming along quite nicely. You're starting to see nice stiff peaks forming on the top of the egg white. Okay, so to that, we're now going to start to very slowly add our other ingredients. One I did forget to mention was white vinegar. So I tend to take my little bit of crème tartare, I put a pinch of that into my sugar, and I fold that through my sugar so that it's not like one massive lump that can get caught into the meringue anywhere. So like I said, about 8 ounces of sugar. I've put a pinch of tartare in there, and we're just going to slowly now just add it patiently, a little bit at a time. So while we're just doing this slowly, you can get yourself ready for a few other things. A good hot oven, ready to go. 200 degrees Celsius, which is around 400 degrees Fahrenheit. And you can also get your baking paper ready on your tray. And in some countries, they prefer to call that parchment paper. So, you know, I like to cook on a good old round pizza style. I put a little bit of butter around the edge just to hold the baking paper down. Parchment paper. And, you know, have that ready while you're waiting. I'm about 2/3 of the way through the sugar, so right now I'm just gonna splash, like I'm talking, yeah, half a teaspoon, if that, maybe 2/3 of a teaspoon of white vinegar. See, the secret to a good meringue is that you want it to look like it's a mountain of sugar. You want it to look like people are scared stiff of eating it because it looks so rich, but yet when they put it into their mouth, it's absolutely the most subtle, amazingly soft, yet not over the sweet piece of heaven they've ever had. We're getting down to the last parts of the sugar. I'm trying not to be rude here and have my back to you, but we also know what the priority of this afternoon is, don't we? Now, I want to be tempted. I want to throw that last bit in. Patience. Patience is a virtue. See, Mum, I did learn something. Don't forget to stop it at this point and scrape the sides. Right, so the very last thing we do is that now we need to fold very gently the cornstarch, corn flour, through the meringue. And I'm cheating here for a reason. The word fold really means that you should take a wooden spoon and just very, very gently fold it through. But all I'm doing is, as you can see, I've got the machine on the lowest possible speed, and I'm just going to turn that through once or twice, and that's it. She's ready to peel onto a tray and put in the oven. So all we do is, like I said, this whole thing is an art of delicacy. So we're just going to gently peel the meringue onto that tray in a nice big sort of a half a bowling ball kind of size and shape. Just being as gentle with that as we can. Now here's the thing with the Pav. You're absolutely making this beautiful tower of luscious snow that is good enough to eat, and you need to be prepared for the fact that it's going to come down. Now we don't want it to come down a lot, but we do need it to spread out a little bit, and we do need it to hold its shape as much as we can, but it will definitely flatten out. It's definitely going to come down a little bit, and in my house particularly, if I'm cooking one of these, like I am actually now, I'm doing it overnight. I'm putting it in the oven last thing before bed, and we'll have it probably after church tomorrow. So I'll just grab another spoon. So the cooking method is quite simple. 10 minutes at high, 200 degrees, 400 if you're a Fahrenheit thinker. And then after that first 10 minutes, we're going to turn the oven down. That's bits on my spoon, that's not good. And after an hour we turn the oven off, and then it's just a matter of letting it cool in the oven. Gentle. Alright, well that's been an interesting night. So as you saw, now we get her out of the oven. Look at that, that's what I'm talking about. So there we have it, a Pav. My diameter is a little bit wider than what you might want, personal choice. You may have seen that I patted mine down. If you want yours to be thinner and taller, all you've got to do is not pat it when you put it onto the tray, just leave it peeled nice and high. Either way, you're going to get something that tastes magnificent. Let's finish her up. Slide it off the tray, put that there for somebody else to clean later, because I have an allergy to cleaning. It must be the detergents, I'm sure that's what it is. Okay, we just gently get it off the parchment paper, the baking paper, and Simple as that. I have a plate all nice and ready to go. I found the trick to doing delicate things is to do it like you believe you know what you're doing. And somehow it seems to happen, because I'm still figuring it all out myself. Okay, all we're going to do to finish up is top her off with some cream and some fruit. Typical pavlova finish. I've already got the cream whipped up and ready to go. If you want to know a little bit of a Commonwealth or British secret or Australian secret, whatever you want to call it, we always put just a little sprinkle of sugar and a tiny touch of vanilla essence into our cream, and you try and do this as gently as possible. It's a beautiful thing. And I also suggest that you leave enough cream so that you can put a generous dollop on the top of your coffee as well. It's a great way to finish it. So I like to cover just the top. Some people cover the sides as well. It really is personal choice. So we'll leave that like that. That's for the coffee later. And we just nicely smear that around the top. Now, if you're in a tropical nation and you have the luxury of being able to use passion fruit, I strongly suggest it. But if you're stuck in a cold climate, then you can top this little thing with anything that you like. You can either make, some people like to make themes, whether or not it's a wild berry theme, whether or not it's simply a summer theme. Of course, the season of the year that you're in will also dictate that to you. So all I'm going to do right now is just basically grab some kiwi fruit and some strawberries and top it off. Throw a banana in there, here and there, just because we can. And there we have it, a pavlova.